Hello, everybody. Everything, there we go. All catching up. Sorry if my internet does anything weird. It's been fine lately, but it's being weird tonight. So anyway, I am working on my skid steer project. You guys haven't seen much of this from me yet, but it's getting pretty close. So I'll do an actual video on this thing as well. But tonight I'm going to assemble the tracks because my last order of hardware showed up today. Where'd it go? There it is. I didn't buy all of the hardware I needed at the beginning of it because I didn't really look at the instructions that closely. I just started printing. So I needed a bunch of M5 hardware, and it is now here. So I can get that assembled, and then I've got my ESCs here, and I've got my linear actuators here so that I can get the rest of everything put on there. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. Now, right now, the top part is only resting on the bottom part of the chassis. It can be lifted off, which is what we will be doing so that I can actually start the wiring process. I also have the links that go from this part to this part printing on the H2D downstairs right now. So those were the last two parts that I needed, which I should check I hit print right before I started the members stream. So I should just do a quick check of that to make sure that they are printing well. Instructions are for nerds. Ooh. Racing case, if you're trying to go between those two, is this? Oh, it literally just finished going down. Sweet. That is terrible timing because otherwise I would have got those before I started this. You're going to try and choose between those two. Like you already have an X1. It is really nice to have the extra size on the H2D. I found more and more things that I'm like, ooh, I really like the size that it has. That's a tough one. But I really love that Carvera as well. I would probably say Carvera first because you already have a printer and it's really nice to have the Carvera. You have other shit you need to grab from the garage. Do I? What do I have? I don't remember. Remind me, what do I have to go grab in the shop in the garage? Do a BRB like your favorite weather guy. Yeah. Just I don't need them quite yet. So I can wait until then. So let's see. I need to see. I actually okay. Sorry. Or not. I don't know. So what we are going to do tonight is, let's assemble the tracks first, because I think that'll be fun. And actually, we're definitely going to do that because I think I actually need to take this track side off before I can finish that. So if I wedge those ESCs in there, then that would probably be very inconvenient. That was weird. Oh, you know what else I did? I have to take off these drive hubs too. Because I can't get to all the screws with those in the way. And these are worm drive gearboxes, so you can't just rotate them by hand. You have to power them. That's fine. I have my little power station there, which has been so handy. I'm going to start doing the, why is your DeWalt tan? It's not, it's just the color in here. I don't know why. I swear the coloring has changed on this camera. Can you get the Spaceballs line? I don't. Somebody sent me a link today, or a reel today, that was showing like a new Spaceballs coming. I'm like, I've never seen the first Spaceballs. So, oh, I know exactly. It was Tyler Boss, not this Tyler here. They've gone plaid. I know the references to many of these things. The pop culture side, I can understand, but doesn't mean I've seen it. Okay, I have to pull up some of the instructions now. Sorry. Apologize that I have to resort to such ridiculous exercises. Just to make sure I'm putting these things where they're supposed to go. Drive hub. Wait, they show the sides on there already. It shows that you can build this. Oh, did I forget? Does it show putting that nut on there before? No. Hold, please. Oh, yeah, it does. M5 lock nut. You're supposed to put that in before, which I didn't do. So. If there's any, I would say that this design overall has been pretty awesome. I really like that. I do wish that you could get to that little lock nut without having to take these tracks off. But weren't you going to talk me out of buying an H2D? I specifically said that I was not going to be able to help you with that because I have been enjoying mine a lot. Ooh, this does say M5 lock nut, and this is most definitely not a lock nut. And it doesn't show a flanged nut, so do I have non-flanged M5s? Ooh, I do. I have a baggie of non-flanged M5 lock nuts. Look at me being all prepared. So, there's no way to talk here. I'm telling you, that H2D, I've got a video to finish on that here shortly. Just because, so I've had it for a couple of months now. And as I was mentioning, as some of the little updates have come out on the firmware and all that, it's just gotten better and better after each one. And I've been happier and happier with that machine. I was doing a 30-hour print today, or over the last couple of days, obviously, because that's how time works. I ran out of filament with 8 minutes left on the print today. So I had to call my buddy who I was doing the print for. I was like, hey, can I finish this with a different color filament because I'm out? And are you covering this or what? He's like, no, it has to be that color. I'm like, well, you're going to have to bring me some more filament then because I don't have any more. It was for Gately Audio. So he's like, oh. So he met me here right after work, reloaded. Good to go. The Dr. President Legend, much appreciated, Carl. think you ignored my membership mention first. Why do I be your friend? Remove me from your feed, Carl. Let's see. All right. Now, those are in place. Okay. So the great big bearing version goes in the front. And I've got to use M5 by 45s, which, is that these? Nope, those are 40s. Those are 45s. I'm supposed to use, yep, washers. Don't forget the washers. PLA, PETG. So I did a combination on this one of all of the white and orange pieces are PETG. All of the black pieces are ABS glass fiber. So I really, really like this ABS glass fiber filament. You need to Gridfinity your desk. I tell you what, Gridfinity everything. I'm going to have to. You're doing scale bobcats now? So, nope. You can, this file set is on Umagine, and I think that it is $30, $35, which is a goddamn steal for how good the design work is on this. Oh, that's a 4mm, isn't it? I do not have, I don't think I have a 4mm hex driver up here. Just down in the garage. Another thing I need in the garage. Everything in your room looks orange. Yeah, I know. I don't get why. I swear to God, something changed. So I noticed a lot of holes in the model are a little small. I had to drill them out to fit the hardware. I didn't notice that on almost, well, a couple of the 2mm for the holes for the 2mm hardware. And now this one here in this piece feels too small. Are those step motors? No, they are right angle worm drive motors, not stepper. So you can just run them with a normal ESC. Excuse me. Do it. Yep, pretty close. Why are you not talking about the new Team Associated B84? I don't know that that is something I could even so they're adopted motors. That's a bad camera angle. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. One side down. ABS glass fiber is great. Dude, no kidding. It is, I mean, it's just a really great material. I really like this stuff. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those we'll need. I agree. I love ABS glass fiber. Wish there were more options. What is that? Yeah, I guess I have 2 colors of it, and I used all of the black already. But now let's see. We use the other large wheel in the back, of course, and then the rest are just the little guys. Now, I guess that one just threads in. Yeah, okay. Swear, I hadn't noticed undersized holes hardly at all until Josh reams above the desk for memories. Just say. Do I not have a T-handle or anything in here for that size? No. This is, no, too small. Balls. Thought I'd have just like a multi-bit set or something. Maybe there's one in. How did this comment get selected? You'd notice an undersized hole. Jesus Christ. No. Too small. Too big, whatever. Balls. I'll have to run down to the garage. We'll be. We got all these wheels on here, and then I'm looking forward to starting the wiring on this, which is a thing I rarely say. What did Richard say in his video? Well, sure is a lot of wheels for a tracked vehicle. Okay. I really just have to go get the tools, don't I? This is dumb. I'm going to go down. I'm going to grab the Allen wrench that I need, T-handle, whatever, and those links off the printer. Didn't I have elevator music in here? Wasn't that a thing I did? Media? Background music. Ooh, what do you guys want? Lo-fi? I've been into lo-fi a lot. Japanese lo-fi specifically while I'm working. So good. Enjoy the sounds of StreamYard's lo-fi. There we go. My bad. There's a fucking door there. Okay, grab my T-wrench. There are stairs in this house. I'm not just that winded from nothing. There's a reason I'm winded. Okay. Smooth enough. Video's super grainy. Fantastic. Love to hear it. So we've got, that's the adjustment. Let's get the rest of these in. And you get a stair lift like old people have. I'll need one someday. Just didn't know that it was going to be Thursday. Just trying to rile them. Oh, you. Not cool. Josh, you have homework. I'm still stuck on you not seeing Spaceballs. Yeah, I've never seen Spaceballs. I've never seen any of the Star Wars movies. I heard there's a bunch of them. Where's the DeWalt? The DeWalt's right here, but I don't have an M4. I don't think I have an M4 tip. If I have an M4 tip and I ran all the way downstairs for that, I'm going to be pissed. I thought it only goes up to 3. It only goes up to 3. Whew. Yeah. You know, the other thing that I named my cat. I sent you a link to Spaceballs too. I know, Tyler. I literally talked about it a little earlier. I was like, for some reason, Tyler sent me a link to the new Spaceballs trailer. Now, I've never seen us Spaceballs. Spaceballs is a mandatory classic. Somebody told me that you don't actually have to know Star Wars to get that movie, so I can watch it. So the other one that I kind of realized that I don't think I've ever watched, or I haven't watched it in a time that I actually remember, is I haven't seen The Godfather. And I need to, because I do like those types of movies. We ain't found shit is enough reason to watch Spatial. Never got into Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. Personally, had watched Spaceballs over any Star Wars. Maybe an unpopular. What? Josh, you are Spaceballs, bro. Okay. Did you ever check out Sicario? I started to watch it, but I have not finished it. So that is one that I will finish. Something we were talking about, Joe Dirt. I love Joe Dirt. Something we were talking about during the pre-stream is Andy C. or Cliff McCraw, depending on how you know him. He sent us at work a case of Liquid Death's new Deathberry Inferno, the new spicy one. If you like spicy things, it's fantastic because it's got just like a hint of it. It's really good. Blazing Saddles. Love Blazing Saddles. Hey, there's Andy C. Look at that. Sicario is a watch, scratch head, watch again. That's one of my favorite types of movies. Actually, I love it because I rewatch movies over and over. And if it's one of those ones that like makes so much more sense the second time and it's better, like I'm in because I'll watch it a second and a third time. Don't try and church it up, dirt. That's why I hate T-handles. All this movie talk and flying cars hasn't been mentioned yet. Easing everybody into it. Scarface. Oh, I love Scarface. I've watched it, I don't know, 20 times probably, maybe more. When will there be now? Soon. Fine, I'll watch Space. Maybe I'll watch Spaceballs tonight. If I can find it on one of the popular streaming platforms. Why are you not finding your hole? Found it. Does anybody know what streaming platform Spaceballs is currently on? Did I? Oh, I didn't put a screw in it. I was like, why does this one feel like shit? Plex? What is Plex? I don't have that one. I've never heard of that. Prime. Okay, Prime I have. Prim? Don't have Prim. You're going to carry that around the trailer you haven't finished yet? Plex is the bomb? What the hell is Plex? Max. I have Max. Help. Is it back to HBO Max? Is that what it's? Is that what we determined? It was Max. Now it's back to HBO Max. Have you guys all watched the new season of Tires yet? Because it's pretty good. I actually really like Tires. I know it's not for everybody. Okay, let's put our drive wheels back on. Missed it. Okay. Why do we have all these platforms when we just sit here and watch Josh and Matt do shit? Tracks from TPU? Yes, tracks are from TPU, which I can put on that side now. I got to take this other side off and do all of those things again, but I do want to see what the tracks were like. What did I do with the tracks? Anybody remember? Yeah, they are on the floor over here. There we go. Okay, now we got a tension. Why does that feel like it's spinning? Because it is spinning. What the F? Some tolerances might be a little loose. Maybe I can just wedge this pliers in here. See if that's enough tension. Might be. We shall see once it's running. One side done. Not bad. Pretty cool. Be able to print it. I think that's probably going to be a decent amount of tension. How many hours do you have in printing these components? That's a great question. Hand strip. Shh. I don't know. I don't know. Make it spin. Okay. So currently I have my, this is 3 volts. Oh, you can't see shit because your comment is up right in front of it. 3 volts and in the wrong direction. I guess, I mean, they technically go both, but now let's, we can change the voltage. That's 14 volts, which should be about what a fully charged LiPo is around, right? Which is moving pretty good. If I sat that on the desk, it would, well, do something like this, but load it up, pulling, that's only pulling 4 amps. Little motor's fairly efficient. There you go. What is that device? It is a little, just a DC power generator. It'll do up to 32 volts basically. It's just got 4mm bullets on the front, so you can, you know, I've got ones that are set up for 4mm with XT60, so you can plug that in and just power up something. It'll only do up to 5 amps, so you're not going to do crazy, you know, but it'll only do 5 amps up on 32 volts. Mini oscilloscope, that is this one. We don't need to get into that tonight. Better oscilloscope that something. Let's kick up the voltage then. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to burn it up yet. So, all right, I got to disassemble this side. And then first, I'm going to turn the voltage back down because I got to take the drive hub off. Red to black. Okay. So there we go. Put an M18 on it. I don't want to. I love the piano with the guy over. Do you have a link to that power supply? I will find it. It's from a company called Furnisi or something like that. FNRISI. And it is the DPS 150. So I think it's like $30 ish. and it's just very handy. Now, it doesn't come with a power supply, the AC/DC converter thing. It'll run off regular USB power, but then you're only going to get like 5 volts out of it. So get a power brick with a barrel plug for it, and then you can do 32 volts on the bench, which is awesome. Uh, 380 or 540. I don't know exactly what you would call these motors. They're way longer can than a 380, but the diameter is not the same as a 540. So it's some weird in between. It also has really tiny power like leads off of it. So like it's not capable of doing a lot of amps. Why is this not coming off? Oh, there's one on the inside. Forgot about it. And I didn't put it back in on the other side. I'm just going to put that one in over there. Okay. 420 can 6900 kV. I can't take you people anywhere. And yes, I called you people. What's up, Joseph McCreary? I'm enjoying a cold bush light. So here's you one. A bush latte. Thank you much. Happy Friday. Oh, it is Friday the 13th, isn't it? This is a 3/16 chainsaw file, so that's like 4.7 millimeters. Needed for a 5 millimeter hole. Perfect. What do you mean, you people? I mean you people. And you should all take that in the way that it was said. Oh, don't forget the washer. Yeah, that just rotates too easily in there. Okay. Can it still move? Could be loosened up a hair. God damn it. Okay. The front wheel is what's got the tensioner on it. So now we can put her back on. Have you ever considered selling your bath? Listen, I only take showers. I don't do baths. So I feel, God damn it, I can't put this back on after I've assembled it. You can only do it with the, God damn it. Who was the chick who's selling her bathwater now in the form of a soap? Sydney Sweeney. Like with in collaboration with Dr. Squatch or something like that, right? But you're a weirdo, Aardvark Explain, and I'm happy to have you here. There's Squatch. He knew her name, didn't need to ask. I was gonna like I had the other girl in mind, the guy from Saturday Night Live's wife, Scarlett Johansson, which I might buy that one. No. That's why I have to work tomorrow. Sweeney soap. Sydney Sweeney could get it. I mean, duh, but whatever. Just joined. Bathwater? Yeah, sorry. Unfortunate timing. I know. Okay. That's back in. Now let's reassemble that track. You're part of the you people. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody who ever sees my name next to on Instagram next to the Harley Designs liked this. You know. Nope, I forgot the fucking washer again. Where did the washer go? Did it fall off? Are you sitting on it? It's not on there still. Let's grab a new one. We all know too well. What about Gwyneth Paltrow's candle? Pass. Pass. Yeah. Just feel like this thing should move more freely. I think I missed the hole. Missed the hole on the nut. Yep. Okay. There we go. We have the meat. What scent is Gwyneth Paltrow's candle? I feel like things should move more freely too. Okay. Oh, that's why I couldn't find the washer. It's on this screw over here. One, two, three. Ooh. Oh, no fucking way. Does it really need 12? Fuck me. It needs 12 of this length screw. I thought it needed 8. And I bought a 10-pack. That means I have to shorten 2 screws. Or actually, I can just ram a couple longer ones home. It'll be fine. There's clearance. I'll fix it later. No, I won't. I promise you I won't. Barely tell. I are smart. Listen, the bill of materials on this could use some clarification, I think. couple of 50 mils in the place of some 45s is fine. When there's clearance on the back side, who's counting? What could possibly go wrong? Can't think of a single thing that could go wrong. As you get old as Matt, you guys learn to read instructions first. I'll never do it. We'll fight it forever. Yeah. 5 millimeter deeper. No problem. See, this is why I don't learn, is because I can make it work. If it would have actually delayed me a day, I would have been like, okay, I screwed up. I'll learn next time. She can take it. It long-winded bastard. So I should ignore the instructions with the portal kit I just ordered. Yeah, I just kind of feel it out. You'll get a great understanding. You get to work on it a few more times. It's like buying multiple kits because you get to keep taking it apart, putting it back together. Okay, now we're back on track. I'm going to start using the proper length hardware. Feeling crazy like that. My OCD would have been putting long screws on each side. Oh, I thought about it, Racing Case. I thought about it, but that would have required me to take them out of the other side. And there's a difference between how I would do things normally in an ideal situation and how I do things on a stream. How's Nicole doing? She's doing better. She is in, so for those that didn't know, we've been, oh my God, just a quick coffin trike fund. I will read you guys the text here in a little bit. Just plastic weld together, then you don't need screws. I would like it to still, move. So looking good, feeling good. So like I was saying, Nicole, we've had a rough couple of weeks. A week and change. Has it only been a week and change? No, it's been almost 2 weeks. Because it started on her birthday. And we spent some time in the emergency room, but she's getting better. And, hopefully she just got a couple more weeks of being super uncomfortable, and then we'll be in a good spot, or hopefully less, because I would like her to still be able to go to Utah with me. And right now we're just kind of playing it by ear. But when are we going to see your origin? Hopefully soon. She have a baby? No. She got to experience shingles for her birthday, which was just absolutely miserable. And I mean, wow, it lasts that long. Yeah, they say 3 to 6 weeks. Absolutely. So, but like I said, she's doing pretty good. She is a trooper, and she puts up with me regularly. So I think that this is such a minor inconvenience. But yeah, so what a shitty one though. And like her walking in and being like, I need you to take me to the emergency room is just not a thing she would say normally, unless under some very, very bad, so I didn't hesitate at all. I just got out of bed and we went right away. There we go. It hurts. Yeah. I mean, we got on top of it as quickly as we could. And I think, but man, like I said, it was. And, the other thing is like, she can't be out in the sun. She can't do this and that. So, she can't go take care of her plants and do all of those things that she enjoys doing. So she's just stuck and super uncomfortable. And it's just all of the worst things. And it's just like a terrible nerve pain, which, yeah. So, but I think she dealt with it way better than I could have. So. Tractor took over the weeding duty. There is some weeds that popped up on the side. She's like, hey, can you go spray? It's like, yes. My wife dealt with the nerve pain for just over a year due to shingles. It was rough. Yeah. I mean, that's real. Like people. So for those of you that watch like Holmes' channel, he dealt with it for an extended period of time, the nerve pain as well. And it can be really bad, and we're hoping that it doesn't last that long for her. But just do what we got to do. Russ. Thanks, man. She'll appreciate it. Tell you what, there's she's been, in her own form of therapy as well with it. Don't love this lock nut being not so well toleranced. Let's see if that will do it. Okay. My part, man. All right. Yeah, both tracks of sound. Looks like a freaking battle bot. Dig it. $3,000 in a TRX4. You're trying to join space. That's reasonable. Speaking of Dr. Jones, I'm really ready for a 3000 kV 2-in-1 come out so I can have some fun with it. I'm telling 3000 kV in a TRX4 is still a pretty good setup. I like a 3000 kV. So, okay. All of that's looking good. Now we can kind of get on to the fun part, which is the wiring. Who would have thought that? So for this thing, if you're not familiar with this setup, you of course need one ESC for each motor because you need to be able to independently control for the tank style steering, right? So we have a 1060 ESC that will one for each. Then you need to be able to control the linear actuators. So the linear actuators, there's two for the lift arm that go from the bottom up to the top to actually do the lifting of the thing. And then you have two for the bucket tilt as well. Well, these can get tied together. So you need one ESC for these, and then you need one ESC for these. So you need 4 ESCs total. Now, in the instructions for this thing, he shows some tiny little ESCs that you can use for this that are available on like AliExpress. And I had already ordered the linear actuators before I looked at the rest of the instructions to see that. And I didn't want to order and then wait again. So instead, I'm just using 2 more 1060s. So we're just going to put 4 1060s in here, even though these are way overkill. The ESCs that you could get that were like the little ones that he suggested that were on like Amazon were 2S capable only if they were a forward to instant reverse. So I'm seeing a trend here. I don't want to hear it. So would an old school stick radio controller be best for this thing? Yes. And I'll be using a stick radio for this. I'm using one from FlySky, and I'm using like the ST16, but you can use like the $60 one as well. I'm just going to use one that's slightly. Radio Master Zorro would be another one that would work well. It's like a PlayStation looking controller. What kit is that? It's a fully 3D printed kit. So this is the bottom and this is the top. Now it all has to get fit in there, but we're going to have this all on there. So this is off of Umagine. And the designer is AN3DRC. So anyway, okay. So we have a number of things to do, of course. I'm going to kind of get my ESCs placed roughly where I think I need to. So it doesn't really matter. I am going to take the power switches off of all of them, and I'll just solder those wires together. I want to see you program that MT12 for this mess. I will not be doing that. Instead, I'm going to do the stick radio, which is fine. I'm looking forward to it. I have stick radios here, but they're drone, so they don't have the centering left stick. Anyway, dumb question, but could you have used 2 dual motor ESCs for it? Let's see. Yes. Yeah, I think you could have. I don't see why not, as long as they would sustain the power for the linear actuators should be no problem whatsoever. And I don't think that these things pull enough power to that be an issue at all. These are Vanquish takeoff. So that's why I'm using them, because I have had them. So I'm not, trust me, if you've listened to the rest of this stream, you'll understand that the decisions that I'm making are not necessarily because I think that they're the best decisions. They're just the things that I caused because of my poor planning. So I'm cutting power wires off of everything, and I'm going to solder the leads together just because we don't need no stinking AM32 or BL Heli. I mean, 6 one, half dozen the other, I guess. Okay. 1 down. But did you know Baskin-Robbins ice cream flight? Tasty. We have, we go to, what is it called? Handles for ice cream. and they have some amazing flavors. They have a key lime pie ice cream that tastes just like key lime pie. Highly recommend, especially if you love key lime pie. Two down. C-Death. Much appreciated. How are dual motor ESCs wired up? Is it just two ESCs with one power wire? Making my own ESCs these days. I had a request for a dual. Yeah, I think that some of them that are more, it's like they're sharing components on a single PCB so that, you know, things that don't need to be doubled up aren't doubled up, but they still have, you know, two PWM inputs that are, you know, separate so they can, and the MOSFETs and all that separated so that everything can still be run individually, but it's just trying to be as efficient as possible with board space. But there's also some that are just stacked PCBs. Come on. Trying not to cut the wires off. Okay, last one. All right. Power wire or power switches are all removed. So it'll just power up immediately when you plug in the batteries. Throw all those away. So let's see. I do have a little bit of planning to do here to figure out how I'm going to run all of these and where. Since what is that? Oh, hitting that boss. Okay. They do fit nicely down each side, almost like they were meant to be there. I do need to make sure that these are set to LiPo and forward reverse, because these are not pre-configured takeoffs. So LiPo, forward reverse. Let's do that over here as well. Just make sure. Pull that, move that over there. Since we're in a bit of an assembly line fashion tonight. Okay, that's done. Can I heat shrink those? No. These little things, this is just a continuity thing. So there's nothing, there is no, like, there's not a current running through that or anything like that. So it does not matter what you do to this. Cut the red wires of the 3 ESCs. Yes, I will depin the power side of 3 of those as well. Indeed. I guess I could do that now because it does not matter which one I use. So each of these ESCs has an internal BEC. And now, since this isn't running any servos, there is no need for a strong BEC or anything like that. The only thing that you're going to be using the power from the BEC is to power the actual receiver. So, and that takes very minimal power. So I'm just going to pull that red wire out of that plug on 3 of the 4. Skitty speed runs. If Matt's game, I'm game. I'm here for it. Didn't think about that. Now, it is a weird thing because if you have all 4 giving the same voltage, like everything is equal, then technically it shouldn't matter. But the problem is that nothing is ever exactly the same. There's variance between each one. And if one is outputting slightly lower, it can backfeed from one of the other ESCs into it, and then you can hurt the circuitry inside of that ESC. So that's why you need to remove them. People who don't may not ever notice an issue, but you might as well wait. This is the fourth one. Leave it in on that one. Woo! about pulled it on all of them. So too bad there wasn't a device to let the actuators work as servos. Yeah, you know, I don't. That would require that these have a potentiometer inside, or it would require a potentiometer external to it to understand the position and then feed this power into a board that talked to that potentiometer to learn the positioning. Yeah. So I know what you mean, but it's fine. I'm not going to worry too much. Okay. Enough dallying. Let's just, do I just stick these things down and stop thinking about it? Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just double-sided tape these things down and just deal with the consequences. Oh shit, I forgot that screw. I'm seeing that now. It's this one. There we go. So one down. I'll determine which ones I'm using for which functions in a moment. For now, I'm just going to point them all the same way. Okay. Two down. Does mean I'm going to have to wire up all these power leads with them in place. Not a problem. Not worried. Don't worry about it. Do the actuators have limit switches? I don't actually know. I have no idea how they function. I'm guessing they just have more of a hard stop and go from there. They do have limit switches. Haha. Fantastic. Sounds like a bonus. Those are roughly in the same look. Yeah, okay. Thought I put one in backwards from the rest. But why is that not going down? It's fine. Don't worry about that. They have a they like a high flow ESC for speed-wise. Well, a 1060 is way more than what these things are asking for, and way more than they can actually take from what I saw in the specs. But hey, it makes them work better. Great. Okay, so we got our wires for that. Let's get those tucked out of the way for now. Just feed those between the track. That. So I'm going to say that we're going to put the track drives as the forward two ESCs. You have a 50 millimeter screw in the way? No, that's going underneath. Thank you very much. 5 millimeters too deep. That is down here. See those? Look at that. Look at that. That doesn't screw with your OCD. Then you're not really OCD. Okay. So yeah, let's do I'm going to do the left motor to the right ESC and then the right one to the left. And I'll do the front one on this side and the back one on this side to keep it even for power flow and distribution. This is not a thing. So, okay. Let's clip some wires. Heat shrink. Don't forget the heat shrink. I would never. Make sure you reverse motor wires on one side. I will, even though I think I could technically do it in the controller, but I still will. Let's make sure that I pick a heat shrink that will work. Want it as tight as size as possible because one side's very small. I'm interested to see if your setup or Matt's works better. Make my decision. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Because this version is what I would say is much simpler to do. And much cleaner. It leaves a lot of room left for activities. For sure. Okay, so these will go to here. I don't need to make it ridiculously tight, but let's keep it as minimal as possible. Okay. Red to yellow, blue to black. These wires are probably too small. Nope, work great. Pin both of those leads. Version, Canadian or American? So what he's talking about as far as what version is that as you buy, when you buy this project off of Imagine, the way that it's designed uses like a bunch of printed pulleys and belts to create the gear reduction. And the version that I printed, not taking any credit for this design, uses these right angle gear drives, which is just a shitload simpler. And we need an aluminum version with the CNC. I know. I'll tell you what, looking at how this thing is designed, it was absolutely designed for only 3D printing. Like the amount of off-axis weird-ass angles are many. Okay. Where's my lighter? I know I have one. Pretty sure it was on this desk. Shit. Oh, there it is. I'll do it in a second. There's so many goddamn wires in the way. Tell you what, though, the Omnifixo is worth its weight in gold. Okay. I'm excited just to get some of these wires done so there's just less of a goddamn mess. Tell you what, if you get one of those little like windproof lighters, because you can just point right at it, you don't have to worry about burning yourself for trying to just put things at an upward angle. Whew. I'm not somebody who needs a lighter very often, but tell you what, Okay, one down, one more of those to go. Looking for a lighter. I didn't hear a joke. Someone asked to bum smoke, then a lighter asked if they need lessons too. Goddamn. Goddamn. Okay. That. Cut these. Looking good. Need a heat gun for heat shrink. I've burned too many wires with a lighter. Stole mine from my wife's. So my heat gun that I actually use is I have the Milwaukee cordless, and it's great. But for this ridiculous benchtop situation I have, I do like the little lighter. Okay. You should look up Marco Tools part number WH500. What is it? I don't want to look it up right now. What is this one? Lighter gang. I have to go watch a movie with the wife. I'll leave the TV and phone running, watch them while I'm gone. Thank you, Brass. The watch time is appreciated. Wouldn't a heat gun be dangerous for a plastic car? It could, but this is all ABS glass fiber, which is much more resistant to heat. But still, yeah, I mean, you definitely want to be careful. Oh, we can't forget the heat shrink. It's way better to put the heat shrink on once you've already heated the wires up. Good, so that you can kind of get a little bit of pre-shrink as you go past there. Okay. Now, rather than red to yellow, we're going to go red to blue on this side. Oh my goddamn way. Okay. Ridiculous. Okay, now black to yellow. Nope. Stupid XT60 in the way. Okay. Didn't else see him freeze? Did I freeze? It's like, put that to the side for now. Need a push that down a little bit. Come on. There we go. Looking good. The old solder smash. I just had like a little hanger up there, and I just wanted to get it pushed down. So those two motors are wired up and good to go. I feel like I'm gonna have to print some, design up some guides and things like that to overly focus on things that you can never see or anybody care about. Now I do need to wire up these in a series, and the battery goes up here. So I only need the plug for there, but I still need to get all 4 ESCs into one setup. Lighter? That's a tiny flamethrower. I use a bit. Telling you, you get the windproof ones because you can be very directional with it. That's the way to do it. Zip ties and shoe goo. It's a bobcat. Okay. Did I? Oh, I did. I thought I was opening a cola one, which that is empty. And I actually opened another one of the Deathberry Infernos. I took a big swig and I was like, what the? Not what I was expecting. Still tastes good. Okay. Now, the one I do want to tape up those power leads off the ESC. Just to be good. Pull the leads, put it back. You can use heat shrink, but it's hard to get the heat shrink over the JST without going through a bunch of stretching, and I don't feel like doing that. Safety? What's that? Listen, if you've watched this channel for long, you know it is of a top concern to me. I've showed many ways how how to make yourself bleed on a live stream. I wonder how many times I have made myself bleed on a live stream. I guarantee, I wonder if it's less than 10. I think my over under would be like 8 if I was to guess. Like of times that I was like, oh, that like noticeable. Demonetized. Yeah. Blood is a good way to get demonetized on YouTube in a quickness. I remember the deburring tool incident. Oh, there's been a couple of them that were like stitches worthy. All right. Oh, I'm lucky that this wasn't on a live stream. Thank you, Dart. When I stabbed myself in both legs at once, that was one of the most. That was like maybe my number 3 most painful RC accident. When I had, which tool was it? This tool here. And if you're like me and you drop something in your lap, and your immediate reaction is to, like, you drop a screw and you're like, oh, you try to catch it by slamming your legs closed. Except this fell down sideways and I tried to catch it with my legs and I stabbed myself in the inner thigh with both sides. And that hurt so bad. Like that one took my breath away. But like, again, that was my, I think, number 3. Number 2 was when I jabbed. That might have been number 1. That was probably number 1. When I jabbed this tool with the tri-blade, the 3-pointed blade, when I jabbed it into my thumb, that was probably the most. And then the second would have been when that TRX4 VS410 throat punched me off my bench on 4S. When I dropped my radio and the radio hit my leg and it slammed the trigger and it hit me in the chest, crawled my chest, and then throat punched me. Blah! And Nicole was mad at me at the time, so I couldn't go talk to her about it. So I just sat there, and it made my throat hurt for like 3 days. So, yeah, that was. I hit my head so hard on some Unistrut today that I got nauseous. Do not recommend. You know how many times Nicole has texted me being like, hey, I just hit my head really hard. So I'm just telling you in case like I don't answer, like then maybe be worried about it. But like, you know, just letting you know. Like, how? That would have been the best Darwin award ever. Oh, just blood. It was the worst. I would have been like, yeah. Drop some solder on the bench. There we go. How did I miss that train wreck? Throw punch by an RC? I was not live. I was working on my bench on this at the other house, and I remember I was shirtless while doing it, and I built that truck. It was a TRX. It was a VS410 chassis with TRX4 axles. It had a UC Fab metal bumper on it, and it had Hyrax tires. And when I dropped the radio, like I said, the throttle hit my leg, and it launched at me, and those Hyrax just like grabbed my chest hair. And I remember like I felt that later too, because it like hit me, and then like the rear tires came down, and then it just went, and just a straight throat punch with the stinger on that bumper. And I couldn't see for 10 seconds. Shirtless sounds like a member only video. He was loved by many. I'm lucky it didn't like break a tooth or something. Oh. Last weekend's BRB comp got rained out. The running joke was how I was going to be the one struck by lightning with my injury luck. Yeah, Tyler, you caused your own injuries. Struck by lightning would be too much of a fluke. But have you relearned to walk? Tyler, you've seen me at events. I never learned to walk properly in the first place. I think if I relearned, maybe I'd be better at it. I hobble around like you'd think I was Travis Pastrana with how gimped up. It's like, California man killed by RC crawler today. In other news, RC crawlers out. Okay. Loved is a strong word. He had paid friends. Thought this was removed from my feed. Okay. So, man, that is so much stronger straight out of the can. Noticeably stronger. Okay. So, I got to figure out how I want to do the power on this. Man, I wish I had a drone PDB right now. I definitely don't. Do I? No, there's no way. Where's my wiring? There it is. I'm just going to check in case there's some fluke that I actually have a PDB. No, damn it. I was really thinking that I might actually have one. It'd be perfect for this thing too. Like these things, it would absolutely handle the amps needed. What a bummer. Okay. Let's throw all this stuff away. Okay. OPP, ICP, PCP? What the? DIC, you guys. OP. Yeah, you know about me. Okay. Let's put this aside for the moment. And we have a few things. We have to install. We got to install the linear actuators on everything. The CCP, NAACP, CCR, FLC, WTFA, NWA. Josh would be an ICP fan. I am an ICP fan, proudly. All right, we're gonna. The reason I'm saying I want to put PB. What is freaking wrong with you guys? You people. There you go. So let me make sure I'm putting everything in the proper orientation. Okay, yep. Black box to the top. Let's grab these shorties. What's up, shorty? Yeah, we'll go. Does it say which way they want the power wires? That should be fine that way. He's telling me there's a photo in no, there's no photo of me in Juggalo makeup. For one, I do not go to concerts. I have no interest in concerts, no matter how much I like a band, an artist, or anything. I'm not going to their concert. I like listening to music while I'm doing something else. I don't want to go somewhere and listen to somebody do music, like as the sole purpose of why I'm somewhere. That is just not something that I find I have any interest in. Concerts are too people-y. Yeah, I don't have. It's not something that interests me. I don't go listen to people do music. Old people, probably. Like, it's just I don't like the concept. Nicole has taken me to a couple of concerts, which is the maximum number of concerts I've been to, I think, in my entire life, not including like school concerts that I had to go to, or like when I played in band in high school and elementary school and middle school. I played the saxophone. Guar is a fun show. I have nothing against Guar, but I don't want to go see a show. So freaking long-winded. Okay. I played the saxophone and the violin. Wow, Tyler, look at Mr. Multicultural over here. Okay, so the wires for this, there's a channel that's designed in this arm. My concern is that there's not enough wire length for it to make that trip without extending it first. Maybe there is. There is. What a well-designed system. This guy. What a guy. So when will you finish this thing tonight? No, I'm waiting on the radio. So I need that first. Now, I guess I could do some other, like I could technically put a different radio in it and drive it around tonight. Maybe even do the up and down thing, but like, yeah, I could maybe I'll do it tonight. We'll see. I don't know how late it'd go pretty freaking late. I don't think we have the crowd to make this stream go that late though. When my frequency of streaming goes down, so does the audience size. Therefore, slap it to bed. Okay, so the one thing that I haven't done is got the M3 lock nuts down in the pockets down there that are needed. I need to do that before I freaking got it. Let's go. Just getting it. Well, that was way easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be screwed that I didn't get that in there. Are you not using the FS11 with tank setup? I did not plan to. I planned to use a stick radio. Definitely wasn't going to happen twice. Ooh, it's upside down this time. Where'd my thigh kebab go? Okay. There we go. All right, we're in good shape. So now I can put the longer actuators in. Let me see what length I need to use for that hardware. We can put in M3 by 16s for those. Let's go ahead and do that first. So that's this one, this. Bless it. There we go. Oops, that didn't sound good. Battery's dead. Okay. So why is that not lining up? Reload. Now make that have a skid steer and 2 tractors. I expect to see a baler or something. I'm just wondering why. That. This side had a little support left in the hole, causing me some issues. Why must you be a pain in the ass now? Where is my proper poker? There it is. You're going to put one of those nightmare fuel foam drivers in there? No, there will be no driver in here. All right, we're drilling. I've exhausted the amount of patience that I have for it as is. Where's my drill bit set? Oh, there it is. Woo. What scale is that thing? 8.5 scale. We're going to undersize our drill. You need a hungover foreman in there. Blood in 3. Nope. Will not be blood tonight. We went with a 564. Be plenty reasonable. Try this again. Do the other side. The other side doesn't have the hole plugged in there. This side, it had some filament stuck. Perfect. There we go. Success. Now, let's hope that this other side works, so I don't have to tell Cody that he was right. I think it works just fine. Okay. There we go. Are you going to put lights on it? There is a full light set thing that is set up for this. Maybe I'll do it. So, whew. Okay. So now, how do these orient? Control box down. Does it show wire and orientation? It does not. Must not be very important then. There is a wiring hole. And it goes through here. Oh, wait. No, that is not a wiring hole. That is the hole for the... How do I get the wiring through here? Oh, it goes up top? God bless it. Yeah. So the wiring goes up and through there. I feel confident in that assumption. Okay. What length screw do I use? M4 by 25. So I got an M4 screw kit for this project, and it's all like divided with all the sizes, except it's such a shitty box that all of the dividers were broken by the time it got here. So it's literally just like looking through a bin of loose screws. But I pulled two M4 by 25s out. Easy. Okay, where is my 3mm tip? Which tip is this? That's my 2.5. There's my 3mm. Can you build some jumps for the Pro Moto bike with that? I think it would take me quite a while. Okay. M4 by 25 on the bottom, M4 by 16 on the top. That one looks about like 16. Got it right again. Nailed it. Oh, I should do the bottom of the other side first, shouldn't I? Let's do that. It'll be the reason someone is receiving it. That. Get in your home. There we go. Got it. All right. Where's that long? Where'd that M4 by 25 go? There it is. Why couldn't Matt build his this fast? Right. So there's that. Now let's orient our actuators. Boom. Okay. Get to that in a second. This should be technically lined up, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. All right. Now, did I pull those M3 by 16s? Or not? Oh, I only pulled two of them. What do I use on the other side? Does it say? M3 by 12s. Could be these. Let's double check. Yep. That one, make sure it's lined up. It is. Now we're cooking with gas. Double check this side. Yep. Shit. Where'd it go? Oh, got it. My optic is scheduled for delivery tomorrow. Congrats, sir. Oh. Okay. There we go. All set. Not too bad. Not too mad at that. Yeah. Now we just have to attach the top to the bottom and get all the actuators all lined up. Did Josh see the deluxe XR10 repop axles J Concepts leaked? What? All right. So now we've got to get the wires from up here down into lower part, but I can attach the top and bottom halves of the chassis. Well, while I can do that, I should get my power leads and all that shit done first, because otherwise it's just going to be a pain. Because you're not going to be able, you can have access through the back, or the cab lifts up like this as well, but then you're just kind of like working through that, and that's going to suck. So we got to get all this stuff cut. No time like the present. Should we be responsible and just desolder all of these XT60s rather than just cutting them off? Probably. Is there going to be any paint or weathering in this kit? There probably should be some weathering. Now, come on. There's one. Two. Driving on the dirt, weathering done. That what is the scale? 1/14th? No, it's 8.5. So this thing is huge compared to like a 1/14th version. Granby, I think. I'm talking Killdozer? That's Granby, Colorado. One. Two. Haywire muffler shop. Was there a weird beep? Yeah, that was my messenger that was going off on my computer. Oh, come on. What you got there? XT60 heat sink for side? Yeah, kind of. It's just a general heat sink, and so you can it's got your bullet plug things on top, and it'll do Deans and T plugs, XT30s, 60s, whatnot. I don't know if this version is made anymore, but it's handy to have. It's called a Mr. Jig. It's finished. It is just almost finished. We got the whole top part done already. Okay. So there's all 4 XT. It's an uncropped screenshot. You'll love it. Oh, it was Tyler who sent me a message. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That is definitely a repopped XR10 axle. Wow. Who'd have guessed? Do y'all just wrap wires together in electric? Captain Peen. Ridiculous. Okay. Let's pull all of our covers from the XT60s. Put those down there. So now the decision I have to make is on my power leads. So I can either just go, the ends together and try and put another piece of wire. It's just a lot to do. So if I strip these back a little bit further, I can kind of daisy chain them. So I can put, one and then do the next one from there, which is a lot easier to do. And it's just, so I'm going to set my shrink gauge all the way back. Strip a big old length of wire. Actually, I am going to cut off the tin. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it like that. Just help it hold together. Okay, and we'll do the same on this side. Okay. So we got that. These ends we're probably okay with. Let's pre-install some heat shrink. We got to go over both of them though. So I'm going to have to go with a little bit larger. So we got to go. Oh, I didn't go large enough, did I? Nope. Sure didn't. Or is this large enough? That one is. Okay. It's because how I have to do this, it takes a much larger heat shrink. Is this your class 2? Would this be class 2 legal? I mean, I guess it depends on how they measure the size of the tracks. Okay, so let's grab the OmniFixo. Oh, where'd my solder whips go? Right there. I need to use another clamp. Just hold one side of this further back. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. And now I can add an extension to that so I can go into one. Well, I have to go an extension to that and an extension to that into another one that has two. One or two batteries? Just one battery. 8 AA's. And we're going to use C batteries instead. So we got that there, this here. I'm going to do that one next. Oh, I almost forgot the heat shrink. Would have been less than ideal. 18650s. Vape Lord. What's the fancy brand of solder you use again? My Radio Shack solder for 25 years running low. I'm using Kester. Kester. Somebody on a live stream recommended it to me, and I absolutely love it. So that is what I've continued to use. Now, I bought a big roll of it that was slightly too small in diameter, so I make my own braided whips of it by like quadrupling it up. And spinning it. So that's how I have it. Okay. 2 down, 2 to go. .8 is the perfect size in my opinion. I will have to look at what size mine is. Oh, shit. I forgot. Oh, wait. No, I actually don't. I forgot the heat shrink, but I actually don't need the heat shrink yet. I can put it on after the fact because of how I have to do it. Woo! See? This is why I never learn. Let's wait till that cools slightly. Fish Bill, thank you very much. I just want to say thanks for all you do for the hobby community, the fun, intelligent. Hey, I appreciate it very much, Fish Bill. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. For some guy sitting in a spare bedroom talking to the corner of his wall. This is can't tell. This is 0.02, so that's 0.5 millimeter. And I feel like this is too small. So the 0.8 would probably be what I would rather have. Or maybe even 1 mil. I guess I could measure that. That's probably bigger than 1 mil. Oh, yes. No, a little less than ideal there. I kind of soldered my shit with things in her. I'm doing some basket weaving in this here wiring configuration. Don't worry about that. It's fine. It's fine. Are we in a club or a group? In the club, we all friends. Come on. Yep. Cult. Yes. I always wanted to be part of a cult. Kidding. Okay. So now that I've got that down there, we can now do our extension. Put this away for the moment. Go to this 12 gauge or 14 gauge. The size all these things are on, 14 gauge is just fine. All the wire leads on these are so small that I just have so little concern. Let's just pull a length that is far too long. How the shit did I end up with so little black and so much red left? I don't know how that happened. Okay, so let's strip both ends of this. I'm going to cut these in half when I'm done. Because I'm just going to... Are you one of those CIA implants? What they call those? What did they call those? It's exactly what a CIA implant would say. Psyops, right? All right, let's tin these leads. Okay. So now, Josh is an industry plant from Horizon. Yeah. Oops. Tell you what, you'd seen my email to them today, you wouldn't think so. Okay, I'm going to tin this remaining lead a little bit more. And then cut it a little shorter. And now solder those together. Perfect. Now my heat shrink. Yes. Aha. Most excellent. There we go. Do we go back to members only here story? Maybe later. So now back to this side. We're going to tin that. That side's already done, I think. Yes. So now this side is already soldered to this side, and I'm going to solder the other end of it to the other side, and then I'm just going to cut it in the middle. Oh yeah, I can cut this a little bit shorter. This is the most RC related Friday Night Live I've done in a very long time. All right. Come on, you sons of... There we go. Excellent. When is GeoGuessr? We'll see how far we get tonight. I kind of like to see what this thing does. Is the story as good as when you ran over the cyclist? I didn't run over a cyclist. I simply was in the vicinity of a cyclist who crashed. My vehicle never came in contact with that cyclist. RC or full size. I'm just saying, for the record, we should all know that. Okay, now let's do the black. My friend and I compete with mine to see who can stack the most pellets while drinking. The scores are low. That's amazing. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Whoops. No one's going to say anything about the crack lighter. That isn't, it's a windproof lighter. I highly recommend that you all buy one to have on your bench for heat shrink. Listen, if I was using it for crack, I would never be on a live stream. I have way too obsessive of a personality. I would sell everything in here to be the best at doing crack. Okay. Now let's trim that a little shorter. Heat shrink's already on. Perfect. Smoke detector going off in 3, 2. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Let's tin that side a little bit more. Then cut. And perfect. Those all went so well. Amazing. Where'd my crack lighter go? There it is. Success. Gosh, you missed a milestone message. Uh-oh. Jeremiah. Hey, I'm a security guard at Roll Bobcat. I can go in the warehouse. You probably recognize the Bobcats. Ooh, and every accessory. The Bobcat attachments and accessories, that's where the fun is. I like it. So, as I was mentioning, I've got them looped. Infinite money glitch. One powers the other, which powers the other. You don't need a battery at all. It's just run. So now I can just find the midpoint and we'll cut those. Okay. And now we have to solder both of those onto an XT60. How hard could it be? What could possibly go wrong? Or ignore it because I said hi to his mom. Buck dick. Damn it. When will we get a running video? Honestly, as soon as the radio gets here. That's my only delay. Now, if the radio isn't here soon, I might just get the cheapie to tide me over. Because but I also have an event I need to get ready for this weekend. So, but we might be able to throw this thing on the fly sky tonight. All right. I feel like that could use. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That ain't going anywhere. What I didn't ask myself is, do I need that much lead? I most certainly don't, but whatever. Throws iron near plastic truck. Dual hot boys where I'm out. Oh, Tyler. That's not a terrible idea. I've got the dual hot boys. Ugh. Still have yet to go back and clean up the wiring on mine. Meh. I mean, once you clean it all up, it's shut. Like, it's fine. Okay. You good? You good? I'm good. I'm gonna check my phone to see. Oh my God, it is 9:15. Are you kidding me? Wow. The reason is I'm gonna check Amazon to see where my delivery. Oh, it's arriving tomorrow. I thought it's supposed to be here by 10 o'clock tonight. I don't know if I have a receiver to put this on. I'll check my box of radio stuff to see if I have what I need to put it on the G11. Okay. More heat shrink. Come on. This is the size I used a second ago, and it fit fine. I mean, clearly I'm wrong, but yeah, that one will work. I never believe that by 10 p.m. that means the next day. Yeah. God bless it anyway. Okay. So there's that. Now let's grab XT60. Let's recycle an XT60 because reduce, reuse, recycle. Rotate our bucket so we can. I'm not putting their shield back over it. I'm using the heat shrink instead just because it wouldn't fit. The inside of that got pretty hot. Damn it. It's fine. Where's my Mr. Jig? Knew it. Shut it. At least it's not blood this time. Yeah. Son of a bitch. I'm going to feel that later. Worked fine that time. Bone my fingy. Still not happy about that. Hurt in a very specific little spot. Let's just go ahead and keep that XT60 in that holder. We're going to do the other side anyway. Could always use a soldering iron to cauterize the wound. I will I'll go ahead and pass on that opportunity tonight, guys. I appreciate the suggestion, but no thank you. Okay. Go. Plenty happy with that. There we go. It's good. It's good. We're set. So many drops. Okay. I'm telling you, something is weird. The program is breaking. I thought I saw it like kind of glitch weird. It's like, is that weird? So we got that. Our power to our ESCs is set. Our power to our worm drives is set. The thing that we have to do still is the power leads to the linear actuators. So that does require that we do some planning. So much going on in this thing. Set this. Yeah. Put JSTs on them. That is a fantastic suggestion. I'll do that. I got a whole bunch of them. So, okay, how am I going to do that? I got to tie both sides together. I should do that inside of the cab on both. Fantastic suggestion. Thank you very much. I did not even consider it. I should have. Great idea. I mean, these are wildly straightforward and easy. So that one is no problem. So let's just do those first. Right. So red to red, black to black. We'll get these ends soldered together first. Okay. So now I should put one side on one and the opposite on the other, just so that I know which ones they go to. But then I could also screw up the ESC side and plug them together and backfeed the ESCs, which would be bad. But what's the chances that I screw that up? That could never happen. So, tiny heat shrink. Let's cut some of this in half. Tape tags, big dog. I could do some tape tags. That's a valid idea. I never do that. Never been a tape tag guy. Okay. So let's do, this is technically the female side, I believe. Yeah. It always screws me up because like this end is called the male side, even though it's like the plug goes into it. But the little wires inside are what they consider the male. So weird. Now, this seems like such an excessive amount of wire. It's small. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Now, let's... always sounds like a goddamn thunderstorm here on both trash night and the day after the night after, after trash night, whatever. Because everyone's always dragging their goddamn trash cans in. That's way too much wire. Nailed it. Okay. Heat shrink. I pre-installed the heat shrink. Pre-installed. Don't worry. I see it right there. Not as happy with that one. Okay. So heat shrink right there. All right. concentration level to hack relation is real. It's true. It is very true. All right. One set down. The other set we need to extend because they just terminate up here. So what I was saying is that you see how they go in, then there's a channel that is printed inside of that arm, and it just comes out right there. So now I can just extend that down and inside, but it will require that I grab some small morning from the UK. Hey, Liam, I believe that I finished a build for you today and dropped it off with our shipping department to make its way. So I know I've got some double. Oh, there we go. Some paired wire, which is a larger gauge, but not so much so that it's a problem. Let's just do the same thing we did on the inside. Evening from, hey, Brett, made it to Moab. Glad to hear it. Did you end up taking what'd you end up taking to Moab? What material did you use to print the tracks? I used Sunlu's or was it Overture? No, I think it was Sunlu. 95A TPU. So, which seemed reasonable. Oh, I still have Captain Peen's message up there. I think I gave him enough credit for that. We'll get that out of there. I just saw the new interior plush made for the Rockabilly. Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I saw like an earlier preview version of it the other day, but I haven't seen anything just posted. Jeep should have taken truck. Mountains in Denver were no bueno with camper. Oof. Right. Let's get these wires all tinned. And we shouldn't have all that much soldering left. I used Hatchbox TPU and they didn't like the cold when I tried to plow with it. Well, I tell you what, that is not something that I plan on having an issue with. So it sounds like I would have been just fine with Hatchbox TPU as well. The hell did I just do with that? Oh, there. Did I? Oh, I didn't tin these yet, did I? Mm. Okay. Just use your teeth wires. It's quicker that way. I have got much better at using a good pair of strippers rather than my teeth. I used my teeth for wire strippers for a very long time and luckily didn't have any issues, but you just never know. Okay, so I technically don't need to worry about heat shrink yet. Okay. One down. Fuck, you're right. Paired wire. Yes, you do. Yep. I realized that right when I looked up too. I was like, wait, yes, I do need to worry about that. You just run it over both of them and hold them together. What could go wrong? Okay. Not the size I want. I want the smaller size. Did you run aux power for attachments? I have not. I saw that ability, but currently just running it to the bare bones side. You know, I'm being realistic in my own level of butterfly, ADHD, whatever you want to call it, ADD. You pick the 3-letter thing. We've been playing that game all night, I guess. And if I never end up touching this again, then why did I go through all that? Magnetic soldering attachments. Are you fucking kidding me? These little linear actuators use such small wire that you can't even tell if you get any goddamn solder on them. Yeah. Okay. So much soldering. Slide over. Come on. I took my actuators apart to put better wires straight to the control boards. I absolutely could see that being a thing to do because these freaking wires are so tiny. And this heat shrink shrunk a little too much prematurely. Now I can't get over the other side of the insulation. Ah, oh, you son of a ouch. Broke the wire. The frustration level is climbing. Not quitting now, though. We're already this far into it. Stupid thing. Hate it when you premature shrink. Twist them together, then solder. I should have. I absolutely should have. I just, what? Oh, I got so many twists. But I already tinned both ends. Ah, my heat shrink was already off it though. I was on such a roll. I was doing everything so well. Right. Okay. This heat shrink just got too small already. We're starting over. Burn number 2, 3. No. Don't you dare. Went fine that time. Thank you. We're good. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. It's a brief moment, and now we're good. Yes, I'm a little stitious. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Okay. We've already tinned the other ends. That side went much better. We're good. See? Dad is huffing lead in the tiny airless room again. Got it, Nathan. Fine. I feel fine. I feel really good, actually. Okay. Cut. Okay. That's all good. Flip her over. Just enough distance to keep it still easily workable. Did we determine that I'm going to use the same or different ends? I'll just use another female side, just so that I don't burn my electronics down once by accident. Okay. Leads twisted together. Right, come on. There we go. And good. Hot boy, thank you. Skid loader, sumo wrestling, face off in the next big event you go to. I'll bring mine along. I do like the idea of a skid loader event. All right, we determined this was the go-to. Cut that in half. The airtight suits and mobile cleaned. Wait, what? Okay, let's. Okay. I'm going to try and do this without tinning these ends, but why would I do that and just punish myself? Just do it the right way. Okay. Trim that a little bit. Let's see. I use the Mac ones, spring loaded like these, but in plier style. Yeah, these are Mac as well, but just alligator style. I don't know what you call it. They work really well. I like them. Tyler, is Chris your Mac guy? Go. I did put the heat shrink on. Was that? No, that was not our last solder joint. I have to put the JSTs on the ESCs still. Damn it. Thought I was done. He was when I was at the diesel shop. We have Thomas. He's retired now. We got some kid. Well, I could tell you that I chose the right heat shrink size, but I don't like to lie to you. Got it. Woo! Josh, what bucket time show are you going to design for that thing? The only correct answer is the brush hog spinning chainsaw grinder. Oh, I mean, that could be. Oh, is my lighter empty? Nope. Still got some life in it. All right. JSTs are done. I am happy with that. Makes this halfway serviceable. Okay, so now we just have to do the JSTs on the other side. Yes, this side. Need an auger too. So much wire scrap. I'm highly disappointed at some sort of test run. I'm going to check what receivers I have in my radio box. Ugh. Okay, so this should be much easier. Let me just drop in my lap. Heat shrink. Oh, that bunk ass piece of heat shrink that fought me earlier. What ESC are you using for the drive motors? I'm using 1060s for everything. I just have 4 1060s. I didn't order the little ones he recommended at the time. I ordered my linear actuators, so I just used what I had rather than getting those little nice compact cheapies, which is fine. There you go. Put the long tines in the bucket and turn it into a pooper scooper. Ew. Yuck. I have a robot that does that. Okay. All right. These are the ones I need there. Heat shrink up. Make sure that this fits over the other side. It does. I love my litter robot. Litter robot is a life changer. So easy. We got the litter robot 4. Oof. We had the 3 and it worked great for a long time, but started to get to the end of its life and I was like, when we got the upgrade and we're like, oh wow, that's awesome. Show. I'm going to be super happy to not be soldering anymore in a short amount of time. What time is it? 10 o'clock almost. Good Lord. All right. Black to blue, red to yellow. I bought a Viper Chance. I had a kitten that found it's waiting me in shed, but he poops and he's outside in bear. That can stay, I guess. That, you know what? That is one way. Soldering these little tiny leads to this great big ESC lead is crazy town. Okay. 1 to go. 1 to go. Huh. We're almost there. Then I'm going to be stoked to marry these two halves together. Oh, I also need to look at the receiver situation quick, huh? Label makers downstairs in the shop. Otherwise, I would label these leads. That would probably be a smart idea. I guess I'll have to worry about that later. Okay. 1 down, 1 to go. There we go. Oh, I'm so excited to be done soldering. Oh, it's a Festivus miracle. All right, now let's look for the situation we've got. Whatever. I've been live streaming too long to care if I have a hat on right now. Oh, I just got back from the movie at the Y. I'm surprised to see it still on. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I feel like I bought some Radio Master ESCs that were actually Fly Sky. But that doesn't mean that they're ANT protocol. It's not ANT, is it? No. I think I put, where did I put that 11 channel? Oh, I put it in the tractor. Shit. Did I not buy extras? I always buy extras. That's why I have too much shit. Can somebody look up quick to see if the Radio Master R85C, or to see what protocol the Radio Master R58C is? I'm pretty positive it's not the right one. It will not. I do not want to use the Radio Master right now. I bought so many of these stupid receivers. What is this one? Express LRS. Okay. What is this? That's Patala. Spectrum. It's another Radio Master. Oh, this is such horse shit. R58C works with FR Sky. Ugh. Damn it. D8, D16. Okay. What do I have here? Can I take the receiver out of anything? I'm not taking it out of that goddamn big tractor because it is a bitch to get into. The Rockabilly's in the garage. It has one. I mean, I could program it onto a Fataba. My 10PX is down in the garage. Isn't this only 4 channels in its current? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 channels. I just don't have a garage run. Yeah. All right, let's just plug it into a Fataba because it's not going to live on it forever anyway, right? It's going to live on it for like a day. Well, or until I got to wait till the other radio gets here. So, okay, I'll be right back. Garage run. We're back. No music. Quality really lacked in the late night. Bro, you're not wrong. Okay. So let's go right track. Oh, shit. I can't put it in channel 1 because I have to see, because that, oh, shit, this is a complicated mix. So I'll put the right track in channel 3, the left track in channel 4, the bucket, well, this one in 5 and this one in 6. Right? Yeah. Okay. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's fine. Up, up, down, down, left, right, select, start. Let's just see if we can get the tracks to move now. I got to do a quick program. So menu, model select. 5, yes. I don't think this has any pre-made mixes. Menu, see, mixing menu, dual ESC, brake, steering, four-wheel steer. Oh, it does have a tank mix. Holy shit. Look at that. Well, all right. Look at that. Why was the... Okay. So let me just go. Okay, so I got to switch channel 1 and channel 2 because that is how this is. Sweet. So right is going to be channel 2, the right track. The left track is channel 1. Right. Checking in late. What did I miss? Frank, you missed a lot of smoke, but from soldering. I basically soldered all goddamn night. And now you're tuning in just in time to see me. Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that I'm about to plug this in for the first time and hope I don't smoke everything. Do I have a goddamn battery up here? This is a 4S. Let's not do that. Can you imagine if I smoke all 4 ESCs as soon as I plug it in? That's 2S. That is 3S, but with a EC plug. Did I leave a battery in anything? No. The one time I don't leave a battery in anything, there's nothing. Four S. Four S. 4S. They're all XT30s. God damn it. Oh. Whatever. This is 2S, but that's okay. Let me. What is this one? Oh, it's the stock Dumbo RC. Oh, Frank just took it to Pop's 911 on a spicy lap through Rough and Ready. Oh, that's awesome. For people that don't know, Rough and Ready is the name of an actual town in California. 6.9 volts. Like, okay. All right. Wish me luck. Just double checking polarity. That looks good. Good luck there. Good news. Okay. No smoke. We got to bind our receiver. Oh, I bet I'm not on FHSS. Menu. Model menu. No. System menu. No. Hold, please. Receiver. SFHSS. Yes. Okay. Good news. Sure, it's free of everything. Wires are free. Reversed. Where is my channel reverse? I reverse them both. Yep. There we go. Yep. 2S. It's okay. Are we building a battle bot? No. Building a skid steer, but the top isn't on it right now. Wait, that's not right. It goes forward the right way, but it turns the wrong way. What if I just reverse that one? Nope. How the fuck do I fix that? That's going to be in the mixing menu then, right? Mixing, tank mixing. Can I go to negative 100? No, that wouldn't do it. Okay. Reverse motor wires, not software. Oh, I can't do that. I already soldered them. That's such a pain in the ass. I don't want to do that. No. When turning, but like it's turning the wrong way when it's moving forward and backward properly. You can reverse rotation in the ESC program. These are 1060s. You ain't doing shit in those programmings. Switch the ESC channels left and right. That would do it. See? Simple solution. Thank you very much. Especially for a temporary situation. Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Fixed. Now, let's set the rest of this shit on top of it. Open up that back door. Okay. Now, something not. Yep. There it goes. Okay. Let's just get this up out of the way. So now I need to program the, well, let's just plug these things in first. Okay, those are plugged in. So now let's go to linkage menu. We'll go to trim dial. Let's do DT2 as channel 3. And let's just go to 100 steps. Yep. And then we'll do DT4 to be channel 4 at 100 steps. Okay. Why'd that not do anything? It works. Yes. We're taking over ProLine. Let's do. I need to bolt this thing down. I should do that now. What size screws do I need? Congratulations. Why don't you tell me what goddamn screw sizes I need first? Okay, there it is. M3 by 10 and M3 by 8. Two 8s, two 10s. 8s in the back, 10s in the front. Excellent. Needs a driver. Doesn't need a driver. No drivers. Just making sure. Yep, looking good. Okay. Need some 10s in the front now. Oh my God. I think that one tightened. That one didn't feel so great, but it's fine. That one bit really well, though, so we're good. I dripped some solder down on the front of this cap. I think it's there for the long haul. Dude, I'm so stoked. I think my battery's pretty close to dead, though. You know. Why is that one not going anymore? Dead battery doing weird things. I think you're right. And it's only 2S. I should really find 3S. Cost as it sits with radio. That is a, yeah, this thing's dead. 6% is what it's showing. I mean, well, this radio is stupid expensive, but you can get like a $59 radio to do it. I honestly have not added it all up. Don't you have an external power supply? I do. I don't know if it's got the amperage to do what this thing needs or not. I guess it's worth a shot. I'll plug it in and just see what it says it's pulling. So let's put the voltage at 14.4. So that would be a fully charged. Wait, 14.4? No. 12.4, right? .2 volts per cell. That's 12, 13. Dude, get a battery. I don't know where my battery. It's fine. Let's see what this thing pulls for amperage. So it's pulling 0.1 amp at rest. 0.2, 0.3 amps is all those RAMs are pulling. 0.6, 0.8. 1 amp when it's stalling. This one is just not moving properly. Maybe I've got something too tight. Let's loosen up top mount and the bottom. Yep. I just had it too snug. That was it. Too snug on the top mount. Fixed it right up. Only pulls 0.3 amps right now. Let's do. How cool is that? I'm going to loosen up this side of hair as well. That seems fine. That up. That's much better. I think that I bet this thing it is still binding. I agree. Remember when we used to build crawlers? Just going to make sure that all of my connection points are slightly loose. Where is it binding? Maybe up here? If I have to, I can disconnect the rams and move everything by hand just to make sure. But nothing there should be a problem. Nothing here. Because it's all just got to be back in this area. So I'm just going to keep working in it. Did your amp draw change? Still at 0.3, 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. That, see, it seems to be freeing up now. It's so quiet when it moves. It's like it's silent. I'm so excited. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get a battery charged. I'm pumped. This thing worked out well. It's got to break in. I agree. Just needs a little break in. So sick. Yeah. I'm pretty excited. Taking it to work on Monday? Most definitely. Abso-freaking-lutely. How freaking fun is that? Any way to speed up the implements? I don't think so. They're 12 volt stepper motor or linear actuator, and I'm running them on 12 volts. So, unfortunately, no, I don't think that there is. There might be different linear actuators. But you have to be super careful that they have the same overall length and the same throw. Otherwise, you won't either be able to get your bucket down as far as it needs to go or have it go up. So like the length that they spec needs to be pretty closely followed. So yeah, if I had a longer lead on my little battery thing there, I would do more with it. But how cool. Oh, I can't wait to do Bobcat things tomorrow. Print bed size required. All of the files for this, they have two versions. One that will work on beds as small as 180 millimeter, and then one that's made for like 250 size. So it's so like even the smallest printers, this thing can be completely printed on. And yeah. Oh, I'm so stoked. All right, gents. Well, I'm gonna get stuff figured out for that tomorrow. I am done for tonight. I'm pretty stoked though. This was the most productive live stream I've had in so long. Got to do one of these now. I'm probably going to shoot a video on this tomorrow, just because I'm stoked about it. So sweet. Thank you, everybody. It was a blast. We did 3 hours and 45 minutes. That is what event you got this weekend. I have Take Care of Nicole event. That is my, and get my cars ready for Utah, but taking care of Nicole is, it's always my first priority. I'm perfect husband. Don't let her hear that I said that. But yeah, get better, Nicole. That is my top priority. And play with my freaking skid steer. What? At least put a screwdriver in the bucket and lift it. Okay. Down. It went into 1 amp that time. This cylinder is just acting weird. Then it goes fine. It's so bizarre. Do I have anything? Here's a box of brass and aluminum SLW hubs. Oh, it's pretty heavy. 0.5 amps. And that time it goes down perfectly. Bucket to mouth, not mouth to bucket. You know for sure I'm scooping some shit up tomorrow somewhere. All right, gents. Much appreciated to all. And if you're interested, I'll have a video on this thing tomorrow. So that'll do it. Watch the wires. They might get pinched. Just jam it down there. How bad could it be? Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend, and hope I'll see you guys later.